Oh, shit.
Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Alba Mar, me pueden decir Alba. Canal se llama Seriela, estamos aquí para hablar de libros, algunos de ellos en español desde Puerto Rico. Hello, my name is Alba Mar, you may call me Alba. Channel name is Seriela, we're here to talk about books and some of them in Spanish from Puerto Rico. This is going to be the weekly review, check-in of what I read last week and what I'll be reading in the coming week. So I finished El Amante Turco, right? This is my English copy, but I read it in Spanish. Wonderful translation by Dina, let's see, what's her name? Dina Torres Vidal. Had a great buddy read with Heidi and Doris. Heidi of My Reading Life and Doris of All the Books. And Esmeralda Santiago has the gift of writing memoirs as if they were novels, right? And even though I know that Esmeralda Santiago became a very successful writer, author, the book read as I felt as if I was anxious for this 20-year-old woman all the way through. Young Puerto Rican woman who is starting off her work life after having graduated and started studying dance, but had to leave her studies because of her financial situation and different jobs in New York of the 1970s. And my heart would stop every time she had a new boyfriend until she finally found this Turkish lover who was 17 years her senior. Yes. I groaned most of the way through this 7-year relationship. Yeah. Very compelling, gripping read. I recommend it highly. Had a lot of fun with Heidi and Doris reading this. I don't think there's another one. I don't think there's a sequel to this memoir. I shall see. Great read. And then I finished one that I was reading, Toussaint Louverture. Excuse me, it is very hot here. I tried to film this in the morning, but got a surprise phone call from my daughter in New York City. We had a long, wonderful chat, and then I got to see my other daughter, who I had seen during the week unexpectedly at the supermarket, and we couldn't hug. I was very sad. But I got to see her today, and she gave me 2 cupcakes, and I gave her a book. So, had some fun there. I finished Toussaint Louverture, and I have renewed it twice already on overdrive. And I renewed it a 3rd time. I finished it, but I want to reread it because this is such a complex historical figure. This is the story of the Haitian Revolution, and he is one of the figures of the Haitian Revolution. He was one of the precursors, if you will. And there are certain aspects of the revolution and of his life that I would like to review. I'll probably wind up, purchasing the physical copy because it's a book that I would love to reference in the future. And one of the things that stood out for me about this particular book about Toussaint Louverture is that there are still primary documents that are coming out, are being discovered in France over Toussaint and Toussaint Louverture and his family. So yeah, It's a very well-researched book, and I want to keep I want to keep it in my collection. That's how much I was impressed by his life and the book. Finally finished White Rage, and White Rage I had to put down many times, you know, because it's very frustrating. The times that I wrote 2020 in the margins of this book is, it shouldn't surprise me at all. It shouldn't surprise me at all. And very well documented, great bibliography. There are copious notes in the back, and I'm looking forward to getting her book on voting. I'm going to look at all the backlist books that Carol Anderson has written, because this just spoke to me so much. And you know, she wrote this in 2016, and the afterword was written after the 2016 elections, before the inauguration, if I'm not mistaken. And everything that she predicts might happen, happened. That's all I'm going to say. That's why I'm going to continue to read Carol Anderson, even though I have to take breaks for my heart. So, what's coming up for the rest of the week? I have to get on with part 2 of These Truths by Jill Lepore. We have a group over on Boxer. Karen Evans, I will link her channel down below, and we keep discovering books for each section that we've been studying, and this is going to be an ongoing project, I can tell, because I've discovered so many books that I want to read because of the group and because of this book. Nonfiction, of course. Well, we have tried to find novels and fiction to accompany the rest of our reading. But you know, for me, it's easier to find nonfiction. And I'm going to continue, I'm going to finish Frederick Douglass, The Prophet of Freedom by David W. Blight. I'm buddy reading this with Belinda of Belinda's Books, and she's finished. So I am going to plug along. I was supposed to be reading today, but I had too much of a good time with my 2 daughters. Oh, this one has the pencil inside. Continuing my buddy read for Victober of George Eliot, Daniel Deronda, who I now call Danny D, because I love him so much. Reading this with Kim, having a delightful time. Kim changed her channel name. I will link it down below because I know the first name. Oh,